This is Brett Allen, and if you recall, Steve Atkinson and I had the opportunity to spend some time with you as we discussed AI for the Colorado Land Broker event that we had a few days ago. During that event, we weren't able to go through everything, and we talked about doing a webinar afterwards to really get into some things that we missed. However, I've had some of you guys reach out to me and you wanted that information sooner than later. So I thought what I would do is just create this quick video and walk through some of that as a band-aid until we can have a webinar, if that is indeed something that we decide to do in the long run. But there was just a couple of things that I think you will be really happy to understand, or it's worth taking the time to watch this video. And I will try to be as quick as I can because unless you're driving across the state and you want to just listen to this as you're going, I'm sure you have things to do. So what can I tell you? Steve and I presented. My background really is in helping small businesses provide them with the marketing tech stack that they need to be able to do all the things they want to do. And then I also have a done for you service, and I do that for you. But we've been doing more and more with AI. And one of the things that we talked about in this class was, are you a digital immigrant? Anything that's about 15 or 20 years that comes along about 15, 20 years after we're born, we would call that technology. And it's the new stuff we got to figure out. Most of us, when it comes to the web, for sure social media and this AI, we are immigrants. We have to figure this out. And as we talked about in the class, it's kind of like you woke up one day and you're in France. And you're saying, hey, I didn't know I was going to be in France today, and now I have to understand this culture and navigate this space. Do I really want to? Can I escape? What do I do? Same thing with social media and the web and now AI. The question is, are you going to put your arms around it and say, I want to be, an immigrant, and I want to just immigrate and I want to use it. I think Steve's a great example, someone who's just diving in and trying to use it. Some of us are going to say, you know what? I would rather be a digital tourist or maybe a digital wayfarer. I'm someone that is going to come in here, I'm going to get kind of savvy on a few things, but mostly live my life the way I want to. And so when it comes to AI, or when you go visit France, it's really good to have a good tour guide who can help you get what you want out of that experience quickly and efficiently. And that's really what I do for my clients, is I am a digital tour guide through new technology and help you understand, okay, what is it that you're trying to accomplish? What technology can help you do that? And what's great about that is then you can just let go of a lot of the stuff that you're wondering about. Should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? You can feel comfortable that what your strategy is going to be best for your situation. So when it comes to AI, there is a unique thing that I've never experienced before, and that is when I teach someone how to use technology, or when I'm a tour guide in this space, I'm teaching you how to do tricks on a bike. I'm teaching you how to use this new thing. But when it comes to AI, we're not the one riding the bike for the most part. The AI is actually the one that's utilizing the technology, and what we're doing is we're becoming the coach or the prompter. So back in the day with social media, I was like, oh, you got to learn how to use Facebook, you got to learn how to use LinkedIn, you got to learn about blogging, you got to do all these things. With AI, it's not the case. It's you have to learn how to tell the AI what you want it to do, and then it will do that for you. And you don't have to know all that. So yeah, there's learning. You got to learn how to be a coach, and you have to know enough about what you want it to do to give it good instructions. But that's where people like me come in and can really help with that as well. A lot of shortcuts that we provide, great prompts, and we went over some of the prompts. So when it comes to what kind of bicycles can AI ride, what kind of things can it do, you're familiar with creating content, right? You've all done that, I'm guessing. Text to imagery, text to video, image to video. All of those things are, I would say, the content creation capabilities of AI. And then you have personal productivity, right? You use Otter or Fathom, and it joins you in a Zoom call, and it tracks all that stuff and allows you to summarize it. And you can ask it to create an email that summarizes all the to-do items and then send it out to everyone that attended it, or at least create the email and then you go send it. Business productivity, there's newer versions that allows it to do this heavy-duty research analysis. Steve showed you guys some really good examples of that. Workflow automation, gets into what we call agentic AI, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. And then you can also use it for customer service. So you literally, as I showed you very briefly, and I'll show you again here, you can put an AI on your website, and it can talk to people, and it can schedule appointments for you, and it can do all of these kinds of things, kind of like a live entity that's there for you riding that bike or doing that activity. So agentic AI, which is the one on the bottom, is one that we didn't talk about. And this is the thing that I really want to make sure everyone understands, is that AI isn't just generating things. It is actually this bike rider. It can do these activities. So it says here, it's a proactive system focused on achieving goals through decision making and independent task execution. It excels at complex multi-step processes and requires minimal human oversight. I want to give you an example of this. Well, let me talk to you about what it means first. So when you're using AI in what often is called agent mode or in an agentic way, it builds its own virtual workspace and it can do really complex things. It's proactive. It has kind of its own mind to try to solve problems, and it can troubleshoot autonomously. So here's an example, and I hope this will work. I'm going to put this right here and click play. I recorded it the other day when I had asked it to do some things. What I asked it to do was to do some research on a topic, and then do some research on my ideal client, analyze, put that all together, then come up with, I can't remember, it was 5 or 10 blog post ideas, then prioritize those ideas based on what would be of interest to my ideal client, write the blog post, then create social media posts that would drive people to those blog posts, and then create emails that can go on my email nurture campaign. And then I actually was able to ask it to go into my marketing platform, part of the tech stack that I provide people, and actually create those things and schedule them and do that. So I'm just going to show you a little moment of that. And what you see here on the screen is the desktop, as they call it, that it provides. So it's basically a window. It's kind of like you're looking over its shoulder into doing things. And at this point, it was getting ready to create a blog post. So I'm going to click play here. And what you're going to see here is we can see it's talking. It's explaining to us what it's doing. Hey, I'm going to do these things. And it literally is physically riding that bike. So what you'll see is sometimes it makes mistakes. It'll say, hey, I'm going to click this button. Oh, that button wasn't the right button. Now I'm going to do this thing. This thing right here, it's because I had already given all the blog posts, it now is pasting it in there. And so it's creating that blog post for me. So this is literally an AI using just it's a technology called Go High Level. It's using this technology as if it was me. It's a personage, more or less, that's in there utilizing it and doing these things. And so it's going to go through this, and it's going to, when it's done, it's going to schedule it, and it's all ready to go. You can have it do as much or as little. You can give it as much or as little control as you want. But what's powerful about agentic AI is, think about this. If I had an AI, this AI, sitting on my website, and you visit it, and it says, hey, if you have any questions, let me know. So you click it, you start talking to it, and it answers your questions. It gathers your name, your email, and then it saves that right into my CRM that's part of my tech stack. And then it will ask you, hey, would you like to schedule an appointment? It's connected with your calendar. It knows when you're available. I mean, you could set up to say, I'm in this part of the state on these days, and this part of the state on those days, or whatever you want to do. It can be as complex as you allow it to be. So then it can, using its smart capabilities, schedule that appointment. And then when it's done, it can actually send a reminder. Well, you can have it even schedule the Zoom call and then send out the email to them and to you, and log all those notes and the information into your CRM. So when you go back in later, you can see it all. You can see the whole conversation. It's really, really powerful. So I'm not sure what it was thinking about here. It was thinking for a while. We'll move ahead here. But yeah, I said, how's it going? Are there any problems or questions? Because it kind of was hanging there for a minute. And it says, oh, things are going good. I'm just about ready to do this. So I click the continue button. And then it proceeds on with whatever's tasked. And here it is setting up the images and putting all these things that it needs to do for the use. So you can see here it's picking the date to be able to put it. I remember when it did this, it picked the wrong day. It hit 17th, which was Wednesday. It's like, oh, you told me to put it on Tuesday. Sorry, I actually, here it is. I actually hit the wrong thing, so now I'm going to adjust it. I think it's going to be getting better and better as time goes. But I wanted you guys to witness that and see what that's all about. It's really powerful. All right, so I'm burning up your time, so let me keep moving here. In the slides that I made available to you guys on that website page, and I'll make sure I include that in the email I send this with too. There's a lot of information about the way different AI technologies reference their agentic capabilities and what they can do. So that's what this is about. You can create AI agents for very specific tasks. So here's one that's a marketing data and land analysis agent. So you give it the prompt. I did one for creating, listings. Here's one that says, you're my data room preparation agent. For each property I'm preparing to market, organize the documents into an investor-ready virtual data room. Structure and folder. So you can just ask it to do the work you would ask, really, a minion to do. And so we like to have minions that are soulless, that we don't have to feel bad about pushing them around, making them do things. So there's all kinds of examples. Okay, so this was the last thing I wanted to share with you that I didn't, which was how you can use AI, or I was giving you an example of this. So let me just open up a new window and see if this is still set. I think I still have this set up. So this was the example that we used in the class. So here's Sam. He's the AI agent that I have given him all the information about this listing. He is connected to the calendar. I can talk to him and do what I want. I'm not sure if this recording is going to allow us to hear the audio or not. So I'm going to do the chat first. I can chat with him right here. This is not just any chat. This is literally real chat. And oh, you can see it's remembered my conversation from before. But this is a smart AI, right? So I can say, I want to know about the local schools in the area. I have a third grader. Where is the school? And tell me more about the current principal. I haven't asked it before, so we'll see. But what's cool about this, I want to show you guys, is that, it encountered an error. Please try again. That's not good. Can you reference? Actually, I might have turned this off after we were doing this the other day. So let me we'll talk to it here for a second and see what happens. We'll try it this way. I think I may have disconnected.
Hello, I'm Steve's AI assistant, Sam. How may I assist you?
Hi, Sam. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. How can I help you today?
Well, I'm wondering about this property. Where's the local school if I have a third grader where would they attend?
The Pine Meadows Executive Retreat is in Colville, Utah. The local elementary school would likely be North Summit Elementary, part of the North Summit School District. It's about a 15-20 minute drive from the property. Would you like me to confirm that for you?
Sure, that'd be great.
Let me confirm that for you. The local elementary school for the Pine Meadows Executive Retreat is North Summit Elementary, located at 240 South Beacon Drive, Colville, Utah, 84017. You can reach them at 435-336-2101. Let me know if you'd like more details.
Hey, do you have access to their website? I'm just curious if you know how many third grade classes they have at that school.
Let me check their website for you to find out about the third grade classes. The North Summit Elementary website.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it there. But this is what I wanted to point out. It not only can give you information that you've given it about the listing, and I didn't even ask about it, but it can tell you everything about it because we've given it all that information. It can set up the appointments with you, but it is an agentic, capable AI that can go out and search for things and get information and help you help you answer questions. And I'll have to check this when I replay it back, but hopefully you were able to hear the video. If the video didn't work, it told me the name of the school. It checked to verify it was correct. It gave me its phone number. It's smart in how it's interacting, and that just makes it so much more interesting. I actually think, and maybe this is me living in my little bubble, but I think more and more we are going to become very comfortable with utilizing this kind of exchange when it comes to websites. We're going to say, I don't want to read it. I don't want to go through the pages. Let me just talk to the AI that knows everything about it, and it can answer my questions and get right to the heart of whatever it is that I'm interested in. So I think that's pretty powerful. So moving along. Um, I have not done this until now, and you guys would be the first people that I would offer this to, because, like I say, what I provide is a tech stack that does all of the back end stuff for you. I mostly work with businesses that say, you know what, as the owner operator, I also do marketing and I'm really spread thin, or I have a niece that has a degree in history and she kind of does my social media, but she's not really a strategic marketing person. What I do, my consultancy is to come in and help you make 12-month marketing plans. What is it you want to accomplish? And then I can align for you what's the technology you need. I then have some proprietary technology integration stack. I call it stack, but basically the layering of several different technologies that I put together that work really good for small business marketing. And then I can either train your marketing person how to use it, so then they're mostly just driving the car. I think of myself as the pit crew. I built the car, I manage what's under the hood. Their job is to drive it, right? Their job is to create the content, create the campaigns. I manage all the technology for you. Or you can have what our done for you service where we just do it all for you. And I talk about that in the next couple slides. But the thing that's new would be dipping back into this real estate space that I haven't been in for many years, which would be to set up these fully trained AI listing assistants for you. And looking at the cost for that, it probably costs me about $1,000. So I'll do it for you guys for $1,000 a year. I can give you 3 of them. We can update them every time. Let's say you have a listing that sells, we can update it. And it would be an opportunity for me to really work close with you to help you utilize this in your space. So if that's of interest to you, that's what that's about. Um, and then we talked about this for just a second, which is, what are you gonna do, right? Are you gonna ignore it? Are you gonna try to do it yourself, learn as you go? Do you want it done for you? Um, and this is really just a quick snapshot of the functional aspects of the tech stack that I provide people. So I provide businesses and producers. I've mostly worked with insurance producers, but I'm working with training companies and some manufacturers. It's really spreading out. But you need email marketing. You need the forums to capture information. You want your social media marketing. You need your Google reviews and your reputation. You want to have landing pages with squeeze pages and lead funnels that are going to develop leads for you. The technology that does the appointment setting, all of that, setting up your blog and your articles, building your website, putting together the sales components, your sales pipeline, and what does that happen? So you have these pipelines, and when they move from one to the other, you have all these automations that just automatically happen to help your salespeople or your sales move things through it. The calendar, analytics, process automation, all those things. And so for me, I provide this for my clients. It's $4,500 a year, which is a fraction of the price what most people are spending for it. And this gives you everything you need to do it. Plus, I have a lot of resources and training to help you learn how to do it. So this $4,500 a year gives you all the technology, gives you the race car and the systems to be able to just focus on driving. And I will teach you how to drive it. And my training resources teach you how to drive it. Some of you want to do it yourself. So if you're going to actually hire someone to do all this thing, what does it cost you to have a digital marketing or a marketing professional in-house? Really, it can be one, usually 2, 3 people. You're looking at, I would say, typically 3 to 10 grand a month on that. What's great that what we can do, and the way this works is my team does it completely for you. We become your outsourced marketing solution. So you literally meet with me. We figure out what your goals are, what are the strategies to accomplish your objectives, what are the specific KPIs or the key performance indicators, how we're going to map success, and then I build it. I build your entire tech stack and I execute it, and we meet on a regular basis to make sure everything's going as we want, and we just do it for you. No W-2s, no, insurance that you have to pay, health insurance, any of that stuff. It's just an outsourced service. So we provide that for you. It usually ranges on a producer level. Sometimes it's only about 10 grand, but for a business or an agency, usually it's around 15 to 30 grand a year for us to provide this solution for you. And so if any of you guys have any interest in that, I would be very happy to talk to you about any of these things. So whether you're looking for an AI agent and we want something really lightweight that can do some very specific selling for you and maybe setting up some prospecting. And what I think would be really amazing is for you to be able to tell the businesses, or I'm sorry, the people with whom you're going to sell their house, look, I have this extra thing that no one else has. I think it in and of itself could help you secure some listings that would be really powerful. And then of course, if you need the tech stack stuff, then I can't. I'm actually a pretty small consultancy, so right now I really could probably only take on about 3 more clients. Um, at this point, it'll probably be probably January. I'll do another 3. Basically, for me, there's a lot of work on the front end to get everything up and going, and then once it's up and running, then I can hand it off to my team to manage the specific, I would say, day in and day out execution of things. I'm a bit of a control freak. I want things to be perfect. So that was what I wasn't able to share with you guys. I hope that you find this helpful and it answers a lot of your questions. Again, I'll send you, I think it's right here, I'll send you this link in the email as well if you want to check out the website where you can go in and schedule an appointment with me to talk about any of this stuff. But honestly, just text me, email me, connect on LinkedIn. I am readily available to answer any questions you have about the space. Maybe the extent of our relationship is we get connected on LinkedIn and I just become a random voice in your life in this space. Maybe we work really close together and I help you really transform what you're doing. We'll leave that up to you, but know that I am very interested in helping you. As I told you guys earlier, I had been a realtor for several years and worked in real estate for many years. Used to teach CE courses, was an NAR ePro instructor. So I love real estate. I just took, about a good 10-year hiatus from it and dove into insurance. And with Steve, and working with Steve, I found my way all of a sudden back into this space. And I'm very excited about the potential of that. So thanks for watching this video. I hope this is helpful. And if you have any questions, reach out. Thanks.